On today's Rugby with Pads episode, we're going to be answering the questions: where have you been? Why are you wearing a Raiders jersey? And is 35 too old to be wearing a personalised snapback? All of these and more on today's episode. Cue the music. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Rugby with Pads. Decided to have a bit of fun with the intros today and hopefully you enjoyed it. Apologies, it has been a little while, I know. Work, illness, 3 and a 1-year-old, it happens. And also, I went to the NFL last week, so I didn't really fancy recording an episode while drinking heavily at Tottenham. That was before obviously they cut everyone off in the fourth quarter. Today we're going to be doing the Week 6 knee-jerk reactions, of which I have 5 smash hits for you. And without further ado, let's get in there. Obviously, these are all fancy-related takes. We do look a bit of around the league as well, and we will be not be doing waivers and stuff like that today. We'll be doing that later in the week. I will get back to regular scheduled programming for Week 7, but here are your Week 6 knee-jerk reactions. Number 1. The QBs, they've started to step up, haven't they? Caleb, Baker, Love, all over 25 points. Goff as well. Shows that you don't really need legs. No, you need legs. Obviously, it helps in Caleb Williams' frankly historic performance. 4 touchdown passes in the UK. First time a Bears quarterback has done that since like the 80s or something like that. Crazy. But it shows that the league is becoming this kind of balanced passing running league again. The typical runners, your Lamars, your Jaden Daniels, all those guys did well, but it proves that you can get a lot of points without your feet. You just got to have a good supporting cast, which I think Caleb definitely showed that he did have. Baker loved Godwin. Jordan Love has everyone. Jared Goff, it's just 492 yards of total offense for the Detroit Lions versus the frankly awful performance from Jerry Jones's Cowboys on his birthday, no longer. 82 years old and a 47-9 loss. A bit of a shame there, but the QBs have stepped up, and I think that means they're still not relevant for fantasy. If you've got guys who don't have to run, don't have to be difference makers, making a difference, it levels out the whole playing field, and the gap between first and 12th in this first and 16th is really quite small. So bear that in mind. Yes, you want the elite spike weeks; they're going to come around, but it shows that all of them are stepping up, and even the guys who you don't think are going to have great performances can have great performances still. Number 2, spend all of your fab budget on Spencer. Is it Spencer Tucker? What's his name? Sean Tucker, sorry. Sean Tucker, yet another running back renaissance this week. We have spike weeks from running backs all over the time. Looks like Sean Tucker's it's his turn this time. Rashad White, can he get back in that team with Bucky Irving still performing really well? 16 points. Sean Tucker getting like 35 or something like that. We also had great running performances all across the board. Mixon back for the first time this season? Feels like first time this season. 27 points. Tracy for the Giants has definitely outed Singletary, 23 points there. And Swift, he's managed to be the overall consistent running back that you want. He's the RB3 over the last 4 weeks, I believe. And long may that continue. I don't think it will, but we'll have to see. Bye week next week, obviously, for them, I believe, as they're travelling back from the UK to Chicago. But yeah, running backs, they're 10 a penny, and it shows that you can plug in and play people in lots of different systems, and you're just going to have to try and predict where it's going to be, watch those injury reports, take them with a pinch of salt, and see what happens. Number 3, do we even know what a wide receiver 1 is? I don't. All the guys who you thought were going to really perform and be the alphas in their teams just don't turn up. We've got Godwin, 36 points, outperforming Iron Mike with 5. Obviously, there is a narrative with him and Marshawn Lattimore that is completely locked down over 12 games. He's managed like 3 yards a catch or something silly like that, 30 yards a game. He scored 5 points, and again, that makes it game 13, and he is definitely in Lattimore's pocket. Gabriel Davis, 22 points. Kirk, 17. Oh, sorry, Kirk, 7 points. That was crazy. I'm just looking at my notes here. Obviously, you've got Engram, who was targeted an insane amount, so you're going to go after him on your waivers. So please do, after you've been injured for feels like forever, but they're back in the UK again, and they're probably going to stick with a very similar game plan, but just execute better. Anyway, more examples. Demario Davis, 21 points against. Did they even have a wide receiver one over there in Pat's land? But obviously Drake May has found his guy, so maybe Demario Davis is the guy you want in there. Dobbs, Watson, Reed, 15 points each. Can't differentiate between them. We've got Downs, 19.5 versus Pittman's 7. Pittman's 12, sorry. Keenan Allen, 21 versus DJ Moore's 6. All the guys who thought were going to be twos are balling out. Debo, over 20. Ayuk, 6. And who the hell is Bub Means? They've got Olave, obviously got injured, but Bub Means, out of nowhere. Spencer Rattler loves him and throws him for 16 points going into this week. I don't think there is anything such as a wide receiver one anymore, because everyone's spreading the ball around so much. It feels like that old school West Coast offense. I think that all that is, except for Terry McLaurin, who is. They've got this mind meld again. I love it. I love Terry McLaurin, and I love that he can finally show he can be a true wide receiver one, and long may that continue. We're going to pivot, and we're going to look at tight ends now. Tight ends, still nobody has any idea what the hell is going on. It is a minefield. If you are relying on a tight end to give you a performance, you are going to be sorely, sorely unhappy. Kraft, we still have no idea what he's done. Tight end 3 on the year, drops a dookie this week, 4-5 points in PPR. Calcaterra, who the hell is he? Obviously, Dallas Goddard replacement, comes in with 10 points, very usable for tight end. Laporta, 1 catch, 12 points. Do you want him to be that end zone dependent? I certainly don't. After he caught so many balls last year, not someone that I relish the opportunity, and I actually sat him in a bunch of leagues because I thought he wasn't going to perform that well, and I was kind of vindicated in that regard. It was very much if you didn't get that, he wasn't really available. Andrews, 3 catches, 15 points, much better performance for him after he's laid a dud for so long. Isaiah Likely, I still think is the long-term goal, but do we know what happens? I don't. And I've already mentioned Engram, 10 targets, 102 yards or something like that. Obviously the fumble, but was the tight end 2 on the week after Kittle balls out once again. Again, we just don't know who the pass catchers are, and I think tight ends just muddy the water anymore, even further. If we just have pass catchers as a position in leagues, I would go for it, because I would just avoid everything, and I would go for these second and third level wide receivers, because you just hope for those spike weeks, because that's all you can hope for on these tight end positions. And final here, your first round draft pick, and I'm going to go a bit blue for this. Apologies for any kids listening. Giving you plenty of warning. Your first round pick was probably shit. There. Gonna leave that pregnant pause there. Apologies. I think that's the first time I've sworn on this one. Again, maybe I'll bleep it out. I don't know. But if you look at value-based drafting and where you're sitting now, if we go through the first 16 picks of most drafts, which covers most people's first round picks, there wasn't many people reaching the first round. You've got. I'll go through the mid first. The mid first is Bijan Robinson. Yeah, he's done all right. Chase, okay when he's been available, but you're probably disappointed that he wasn't available the first couple of weeks. Amon-Ra St. Brown, solid. Can't complain. Saquon Barkley, good highs, lows. Probably lost you some weeks, won you some weeks as well. And Gibbs, just been performing in the middle here. If we look at the really good, you're happy you've got Jefferson. He's got a bit of a mind meld, but your questions availability as well. So I would still put him in the only just good compared to some of the guys you got in the second and third rounds. And if you look at the rest of the first round type picks, CMC looks like he's out for the season. Why does Kyle Shanahan do this? Why does he have secrets? I don't know. Tyreek Hill, obviously no quarterback currently. CeeDee Lamb, especially after last night, like 9 points or something like that. Rubbish. Breece Hall, not Breece Lightning, more like Breece fumbling. I don't know. Got people who need 12 points from him today in a Monday Miracle. I don't think he's going to get it, and that's from coming from a Beast Hall fanboy who has really liked him. Taylor, unavailability, plagued with it. You've got AJ Brown. I think he's, again, spike weeks and disappearing weeks. That's not what you want out of your set and forget guy. Garrett Wilson, similar story. Set and forget? No, you don't. You doubt yourself because you doubt the play from the Jets. Puka Nakua, obviously injured. Harrison, unavailability. Looks like he's going to be injured on a medium term as well. And ATN, do I have to say it? Negative points this week. ETN, you were going to be the breakout guy and you're letting Tank Bigsby, of all people, get in your way. Anyway, that is 10 minutes of me ranting, talking about QBs, Sean Tucker, wide receiver madness, tight end madness, and the fact that your drafting was rubbish. We'll go over this in a later date, and you'll notice that I answered none of your questions. That was a bit of a bait and switch there, but you'll have to listen into the next episode to find out more. I will be back later on this week with a waivers episode, hopefully tomorrow, and then I will be back to the regular preview show. And I do want to do a bit of a kind of mid-season jaunt at some point down a redraft. So looking at those picks that we just picked there and see what we've done differently. Who would be our first round picks now? We just don't go for high school. We need to think about the rest of the season as well. So yeah, a lot to think about across there. But thank you so much for listening. As always, you can support us all. You can get yourself a Stephen Egg Staggs IDP franchise mode hat, or one of your area and picking. There's 12 different options there, or you can make your own as well. I'm more than happy to do commissions at the store, www.rugbywithpads.com. We are all through Buy Me a Coffee. You can subscribe, get membership allowances. The special offers are off, but if you become a member for £1, you get 10% off all merchandise, and it is fantastic quality, if I do say so myself. So, you know, I'm a consumer as well as a purveyor. Purveyor? Peddler. I don't know. That's going to get taken out of context, I'm sure, but thank you so much if you've listened this far to me ranting away, and I will see you very soon on the Virtual Gridiron.